7 races and 4 Grade 1s on the opening day of the 2021 Cheltenham Festival, with the going soft, good to soft in places as the eagerly awaited champion hurdle takes centre stage. As always, the curtain raiser kicking off the meeting is the Skybet Supreme Novices Hurdle, Grade 1. Plenty of pretenders looking to be the first Cheltenham King crowned here, with Appreciate It 11-8 on favourite. Your commentary from Ian Bartlett and Stuart Machin.
They're off. The 2021 Cheltenham Festival is underway with the Skybet Supreme Novices Hurdle. It's a very short run to the first of 8, and For Pleasure, Pink Jacket, a chestnut horse, bounds over the first, lands safely by 2 to 3 lengths. The odds-on favourite for this opener, Appreciate, runs in second position, and the other 6 are almost in line. On the extreme left is one of the greys, Irascible, another grey next to him, Grumpy Charlie, in red, white and blue colours. 3 from the left is the best turned out winner, Soaring Glories, keen early on. He's alongside Bally Adam, red and white jacket and blue cap. Métier, second favourite, the orange, maybe just ahead of those as they continue their journey down towards number 2. And on the extreme right is Blue Lord, Daryl Jacob in 2 shades of green. Clear leader, though, is For Pleasure, and he comes now to flight number 2 with about a 5-length advantage. Pings it. Really good leap over it, and they've all cleared it okay, and away they go left-handed to the far side. Paul Townend on the favourite, Appreciate It, sitting in second position at the moment. An orange jacket then for Sean Bowen on Métier, running in third position. He'd be about a length behind the second-placed runner at the moment. Then comes John Joe Neal Jr. on Soaring Glory. Maroon jacket with a white hoop. He sits 1 off the running wheel, showing in third place. The green colours, Blue Lord and Daryl Jacob, as they level up now towards flight number 3. Behind those is Bally Adam, Jack Kennedy, red and white jacket and blue cap, as they come on towards the 3rd. And then Irascible, Rachel Blackmore in company with Brian Carver on Grumpy Charlie. They are the last couple. They're 2 or 3 lengths behind the others now as they continue their run away towards the far side of the course. There'll be 10 to 12 lengths first to last. A reduced lead for the pink jacket, Harry Bannister, on For Pleasure. Just over a length ahead now. Appreciate It is getting closer. In fact, all of them getting closer to this leader all the time. Métier, the orange colours, in third. Then Soaring Glory races around the outside of Blue Lord. Bally Adam between that pair, 2 lengths off those. The 2 greys at the rear. Grumpy Charlie, red, white and blue. Maroon and white colours, Irascible. They are in 7th and 8th places. So halfway, right up to the top of the hill they go. Very well bunched field in this Skybet Supreme Novices Hurdle. And For Pleasure continues to set the pace. Just a length ahead now. Appreciate It, the green and blue colours, in second place as they all clear that one. Now 3 more to jump. Blue Lord, green colours, going along strongly on the inside of Métier in the orange. They're together in 3rd and 4th. Between our blue cap for Bally Adam. Around the outside is Soaring Glory. There's 2 to 3 lengths behind those then to Irascible and Grumpy Charlie, are just the 7th and 8th runners as they turn downhill and begin the run on towards home. 3 to jump from here. For Pleasure continues to bowl along in front. Sitting right on his tail is Appreciate It. Right behind those, Blue Lord, Métier, Bally Adam, and then Soaring Glory as they come now to 3 flights from the finish. They're all fluent over it. The last couple of runners, Grumpy Charlie, and with him Irascible, and now Appreciate It in the green sleeves moves alongside For Pleasure as they move down towards the second last flight of hurdles. Bally Adam and Blue Lord right in behind them. 3rd and 4th places. Second last, just Appreciate leads. An error back in the field from Bally Adam in 4th position, and now Appreciate It heads towards home. Blue Lord is in pursuit, but he's 3 lengths behind him, and this Appreciate is lengthing away. Appreciate It is into the home straight with a 5-length lead. Blue Lord in second, For Pleasure in third, Soaring Glory and Bally Adam the next pair, but as they come towards the last, Appreciate It up and over safely. He landed with a 10-length advantage. Blue Lord has gone at the final flight of hurdles. Bally Adam and For Pleasure are fighting out second and third, but Appreciate It, he's a wide margin winner. He must be 20 ahead. What an easy success. Paul Townend and Appreciate It have won. Second place to go to Bally Adam. For Pleasure in third, then Soaring Glory, Irascible from Grumpy Charlie and Métier.
Appreciate It romps in 11-8 on favourite for Paul Townend and Willie Mullins. Second was Bally Adam at 6-1, and third For Pleasure at 40-1. The 2021 Cheltenham Festival may be very different, but one thing remains satisfyingly the same, and that is Willie Mullins with a winner in the Supreme Novices Hurdle. His rocket-propelled Appreciate It is most certainly one of the more breathtaking winners in recent years. He's always been prominent, and he's absolutely trounced them from the second last. Four Pleasure set a really good pace here, but really, had there been no pace at all, there was only going to be one winner in any scenario, and that is the son of Jeremy, who's put a mind-running 24 lengths between himself and his rivals. He's bolstered his Leopardstown win in style, and you just have to sit back and appreciate it.
It's another Tattersalls National Hunt winner.
Another Irish-bred Cheltenham Festival winner. Contact Irish Thoroughbred Marketing to find yours.
Well, many things about this festival are different, but some things do not change, and Willie Mullins' dominance of the Supreme Novice Hurdle continues. Willie, congratulations, your 7th winner of the race and an utter romp.
Yes, I knew they'd gone a really good gallop. I was getting worried after hurdle number 3 and 4. I thought, have they gone way too fast? There's something I kept looking behind to see was there something going really well, and yet the last 2 horses were pushing. I said, well, they won't anyhow. So I was worried the whole way up around the top and down to the 4th last, and then when Paul just moved out after the second last, or going to the second last, I said, right, he's very confident. Then on Darrell was going well. Ballyadam made a mistake then, and I said, right, all we got to do hopefully is stay upright. And Paul, when he came in, he just said he was, he had so much in the tank. He was really happy. I'm, sorry for Darrell and Simon Muir. Isaac Swade, their horse was running a cracker, and he'd been doing lovely work at home. We thought he was a real genuine, a sub 4 appreciated if anything happened, because people were saying maybe we should run him one of the handicaps, but I felt he deserved his chance in a Grade 1.
And what do you make of this fellow appreciator? Is this a future champion hurdler? Is he a novice chaser? What do you want to do with him, do you think?
Well, at the start of the year, I was probably aiming him for the Albert Bartlett. More so the Ballymore, and then maybe the Albert Bartlett. That was in my head, so it just shows you how wrong. So what am I going to say? He's every inch a chaser. If he can jump fences like he jumps hurdles, he could look Arkle material.
Yes.
So he does.
Yeah. And looking ahead to today's champion hurdle, how are the trio for you, Sharjah Saldier and James de Burley?
They're all in great form. The only one the rain would have really helped is James de Burley. Hard to see a 5-year-old having his first run here being good enough to win, but he could be good enough for each way players. I'm hoping he'd get into the first 3. Sharjah always runs a good race here, but I think the rain we had on Sunday night probably put pay to his real chance. And Saldier just hasn't come back to himself yet, but we've been training for this race for the last year, so he runs it.
I might have some good news for you regarding the ground. 357, the Supreme,
wow.
Good to soft, essentially.
Wow.
So it might not be as soft as we were fearing as a result of that deluge that they unexpectedly got on Sunday night.
Yeah, when I walked this Saturday, I said this ground was going to be very good, and I couldn't get over then when the rain fell, how much it felt on Sunday. But obviously with all this weather, it's drying out by the minute.
Final question. The declarations for Thursday have come out today. Just before that, there was a little drift that Allaho took and for the Ryanair chase, and obviously Paul Tannant has chosen Min. Is everything fine with Allaho?
GSI. Get stuck in. All our horses every year, there's always, I don't know who starts rumours, but our horses, they drift and they go out, and I get phone calls from people, and he's in great form.
Good, and the others as well?
All well. We've had no Energy Mean was the only setback we had up to the festival, and everything else.
Absolutely, fingers crossed. This is a great way to start the week. Congratulations, Willie. Best of luck for the rest of it.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Let's reflect and appreciate it. That was a monster performance, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. I thought we went a good gallop for the ground. We came up the straight pretty quick the first time, but once we turned down the back, I felt I was always in control then. He quickened off the bend like a proper good one,
And do you think he likes that, just getting a lead? The fact it was a strong pace just allowed him to express himself?
It helps, but I suppose it was ideal to have him the first day, because he's so straightforward. Like, he'll make the run as well if he has to, no problem at all. He's very straightforward and very honest horse, and we're lucky to have him.
Did the race pan out as you expected it to?
It did, yeah. I kind of knew we were going to go a proper one from watching the lad in front, and yeah, look, it was obviously now it's brilliant. It worked out as it did, but yeah, everything went great, and it's brilliant to get off to a good start.
Will he sees him appreciated as a future novice chaser because of his scope, because of his power? Are you of the same view?
We always thought that of him, you know, and he probably jumps a hurdle that way as well. But you know, that was a hell of a performance, I thought.
And the surprise, good to soft ground. So that was 3:57 for the Supreme, and again it was quick ground for Franco Deport in the Arkle. Is that what the problem was?
Yeah, look, Brian was very good in him to ride him cold at Christmas, and they came back to him. I just was never able to get in a rhythm on him. We were always going to strike quicker than we were able, and I think he underperformed. He's definitely better than that, but he'll probably appreciate a step up and trip.
But it is good news for Sharjah, isn't it, this drying conditions?
I think so. It has to be, yeah. It'll probably make the ground a little bit gluey, which won't be ideal, but he'll appreciate all the drying that is there.
And can you work out how this race is going to pan out, the Champion Hurdle?
I think we're going to go pretty quick. Yeah, it's going to be very hard to beat the two mares, I think.
And are you going to be closer than Sharjah was last year? I know Patrick was planning to do that this time round.
Depending how fast we're going to go. You know, we'll ride him to suit him. The rest of them are going to do what they'll do, but we'll be in our comfort zone anyway.
And looking ahead to Concertista, how are you feeling about her? Are conditions going to be fine?
I think they'll be fine. Yeah, she's a really important one to be looking forward to, and delighted to get to keep the ride on her.
Last question, you had a tricky decision to make for the Ryanair. You've gone with Min. Can you give us an idea of why you came to that conclusion?
I think he sets the standard. He's the reigning champion. I've sat in him here a couple of mornings. He seems in great form. So I could only ride one. He's proven, and you know, I think the others have to improve to him, and maybe they're improving and go by him. But I went for the one that has shown us it already.
Understandable. Well, it's great to have one on the board in the very first race. That's the earliest you've been on the winners at the Cheltenham Festival. No waiting to day 3 or day 4. Congratulations and best of luck for the rest of the week.
Thanks very much.
Cheers.
Well, Alex Hales may have been defeated, but he certainly shouldn't be too disheartened, because For Pleasure has run an absolutely mighty race to finish third in the Sky Bet Supreme. Alex, you came here, I'm sure, in hope, but the horse has really delivered for you today.
Oh, absolutely, Nick. He's more than delivered. He's more than delivered all season, to be honest. You know, if you think we started off in a Stratford handicap of 107 and we've just finished third in the Supreme Novice, it's fairy tale stuff.
So, how has it happened?
Because eventually we let the horse do what the horse wanted to do, rather than us trying to fit the horse to what we wanted to do. So he's a trailblazer. That's the way he likes it, and it's worked. Thank God.
And he's carved out a serious pace there. You could tell that the two horses who were bigger prices were almost tailed off halfway down the back.
Yeah, he's a very quick horse. Like Harry says, he's the quickest horse he's ridden over a hurdle, and his jumping is so good nowadays that it just keeps him in it the whole time. And yeah, exciting.
And what plans do you have for him now?
Oh, I think if all being well, we'll go on to Aintree. That'll be the plan, and really, I think I'd like to go novice chasing with him next year. I think he'd be incredibly exciting over a fence. So.
Exciting or terrifying?
Luckily, we don't have to ride him, do we?
Well, he's done you proud today, Alex. Well done.
Perfect. Cheers, Nick.
The second race and second Grade 1 on the card, the Sporting Life Arkle Challenge Trophy Novices Chase Grade 1. Shishkin looking to justify the hype. Your 9-4 on favourite.
They're off. They race away then. They have 2 miles to go for this Sporting Life Arkle Challenge Trophy. And as they move down to the first of the fences, the nose-banded All Mankind in front by around about 1 length. Captain Guinness off to the left, beige and blue colours, is alongside favourite Shishkin, who's already won the Best Turned Out award. They're in second and third places as they clear fence number 2. The grey Eldorado Allen is 3 lengths or so behind those, and then Franco Deport, a dark jacket and white sleeves, is the back marker of the quintet. He'd be fully 10 lengths behind the leading pair, and All Mankind being headed fractionally by Captain Guinness as they come to fence number 3. Then about 3 lengths behind those to Shishkin, who was over it in third position. He in turn is 4, 5, maybe 6 lengths ahead of Eldorado Allen the grey, who's 1 length ahead of Franco de Port as they turn left-handed, begin the run to fence number 5. And already now a good 15 lengths between first and last. The nose-banded All Mankind, Harry Skelton, fractionally back in front of Captain Guinness and Rachel Blackmore as they come to number 5, although Captain Guinness was slightly better over it. 3 lengths off them, Nico de Boinville, a check jacket of black and yellow on Shishkin, running in 3rd place, and a good 7-8 lengths behind him to Harry Cobden on Eldorado Allen. And then Paul Townend, victorious in the opener. White sleeves for him on Franco de Port is the back marker as they come over this next plain fence, which they all get okay. The 7th, the water jump coming up. All Mankind in yellow. Captain Guinness in beige, having a good battle the whole way through so far as they come to the water jump. And there's a half length between them. Shishkin is 3 lengths, maybe 4, I suppose, behind him in 3rd position. Clear then from Eldorado Allen. They come to 8, which is the first of the open ditches. Franco de Port, the back marker. Captain Guinness by around about a length there. Up and over safely. They all got over it okay, so they continue to run up towards the top of the hill. 5 from the finish coming up, still about 20 lengths first to last. Captain Guinness to All Mankind in 2nd place. 5 or 6 lengths behind those to Shishkin as they approach now the 2nd and final one of the open ditches. As 10 lengths behind Shishkin to Eldorado Allen, and about 5 lengths behind him to Franco de Port. So right at the top of the hill, the nose-banded All Mankind was slightly in front of Captain Guinness over that. The quintet have all taken it safely. Shishkin continues to be in 3rd position, but now he's only 2.5 lengths behind All Mankind, the leader, as they're about to run down towards the last 3 plain fences. Eldorado Allen is back behind him in 4th. He's 10 lengths off the leading trio there, and a similar margin to Franco de Port at the rear of the field. So 3 have drawn well ahead of the other pair as they race now down towards the 3rd last. On the left, Shishkin coming through to chase now on the extreme right with a noseband, All Mankind, and between that pair is Captain Guinness, and 3 in line there as they jump the 3rd last. They're clear from Eldorado Allen, but as they head towards the home turn, now there's only one. Shishkin has gone through, taking it up now as he heads towards the home turn. He's got about a length and a half advantage, but All Mankind and Captain Guinness are still battling away in this Sporting Life Arkle trophy. They're well clear then from Eldorado Allen. They're round the home turn. They've got 2 to jump. It's a 5-length lead for Shishkin and Nico de Boinville at the 2nd last. Got over it well. All Mankind in 2nd, and then Captain Guinness in 3rd. Eldorado Allen behind him in 4th. The last fence, Shishkin at the final fence, pings it. He's clear. He's 10 lengths ahead from All Mankind in 2nd. Captain Guinness bravely running on in 3rd. Eldorado Allen is catching him, but he's sauntering home. Shishkin, easy as he likes. He's hard on the bridle here with Nico de Boinville. Shishkin has won the Sporting Life Arkle in magnificent style. Eldorado Allen has grabbed 2nd. Got in 2nd position to Captain Guinness. All Mankind in 4th.
Shishkin bolts in 9-4 on favourite for Nico de Boinville and Nicky Henderson. 2nd was Eldorado Allen at 33-1. The script's been published for a long time, and now it most certainly has been read, as Shishkin flaunts his superiority for all to see in an electric performance in the Arkle. Both Captain Guinness and All Mankind sent off like scalded cats. Both were far too free, and in a race of this quality, those exertions have told in the closing stages. But Nico de Boinville always positioned Shishkin in the perfect place, and he's come away right away from the last in sensational fashion. Another winner for Nicky Henderson in the Arkle, following on from Altior and Sprinter Sacre in recent years, and Shishkin could easily be just as good, though he has benefited from a significant pace collapse. He's one very good horse.
It's another Tattersalls National Hunt winner.
Another Irish-bred Cheltenham Festival winner. Contact Irish Thoroughbred Marketing to find yours.
Congratulations with your success on Shishkin. Was the overriding feeling after that wide margin, fantastic success, relief?
Very much, but relief, yes. But yes, of course it's a relief, because I think we've said it every year, do you know what I mean? If you could you'd settle for one, and if you can get one on the first day, it settles everybody down a little bit, and I don't say you enjoy it anymore, but it certainly helps make the week go a little bit. It takes the pressure off, yes.
And particularly with what happened, unfortunately, to Altior yesterday, I suppose.
Well, that was, yes, yesterday was horrible. I mean, really horrible, and your heart goes out to Chris and Pat Pugh, because second year running he's had to come out at the 11th hour, and we really did think he was in great form. But, you know, he's been there, he's done it, he's won this race, he's won champion chases, but he was ready to come back and try and do it again, and it's sad, but, you know, it's extraordinary how these 2-milers keep cropping up from Sprinter, then Altior, and then this fellow Shishkin,
Yes.
and he did look very sharp today.
Joe and Marie Donnelly, they might have the rising ascending star in this division. Is that your feeling after seeing that performance?
Well, he's got a long way to go before he's in Sprinters and Altior's game, but I mean, they didn't do any better when they won an Arkle. He could not have done more than that.
No, he certainly could. I'll let you go and talk to your jockeys for the Ultima. Many congratulations. Best of luck for the rest
Thanks,
of the week.
Lydia.
Thank you.
The 2:30, the Ultima handicap chase, grade 3 over 3 miles and 1 furlong. Kim Bailey fielding the strong favourites here. Happy Go Lucky at 100 to 30.
They're off. Racing then the Ultima handicap chase, and they run down to 2 plain fences in the straight to begin with. Cepage on the extreme left. Black jacket of Pim next to him, and the grey Vintage Clouds. 5th run in the race for the old boy. He was one of the leaders. Alnadam in orange colours is with him. The extreme right, the red cap is 1 for the team, and Happy Go Lucky, the yellow jacket, is next to him as they get over number 2 and now begin to run away towards the far side. Soupy Soups, another one in yellow colours, another nose-banded runner. The multicoloured jacket of Discordantly is alongside him as they run to 3, then Delia Destruval in green colours up on the outside. Admiral's Secret, the best turned out winner, I Right in white colours, and Finger on the Switch between those as they jump number 3. Then Nietzsche from Milan Native, maroon jacket, white cap, with him the Wolf and OK Corral are at the rear of the field as they settle then and run away towards the far side. On now to another plain fence, number 4, with Pim, Nico de Boinville in the black jacket leading to the grey. In second position there was Vintage Cloud, Cepage, Charlie Deutsch in blue and white wide of those, then the orange, Harry Skelton on Alnadam. That's the leading quartet. Here's number 5. It's the water jump for the first time. Behind those, 1 for the team. Black and white jacket, a red cap for Tom Scudamore. Just ahead of David Bass on Happy Go Lucky, yellow with a little bit of green. Then comes Richard Johnson on I Ride as they come towards the first one of the open ditches. Discordantly was wide of him. Soupy Soups is next. Robbie Dunn in the blue and yellow quarters. Another yellow jacket is Alan Johns on Admiral's Secret as they take this next plain fence where Pim up and over safely in front. Towards the back of the field, Mark Walsh on OK Corral. Wide is Adrian Heskin on the Wolf. Between those, Milan native Jack Kennedy and also Millie Wanacott on Finger on the Switch with the red sleeves. As they come now to number 8, it's the second one of the open ditches, and they're going to be well bunched here as they jump over that one. There's 12 lengths at absolute most between them. It was a big, bold leap in front from Pim, who continues to have the advantage as he swings left-handed and is about to bring the field back towards home for the first time in this Ultima handicap chase. From Vintage Clouds, only about a neck behind in second. Alnadam, he's about a half length back in third. Then comes Cepage, extreme left, blue and white jacket. Towards the right, black and white jacket is 1 for the team. Nietzsche running downhill, taking quite a strong hold for Johnny Burke. The red cap, second of those red caps off towards the rails. Just preceding him is I Right as they jump this next plain fence. Happy Go Lucky in the centre. He'll still be about 6th or 7th at this stage. He's just in company with Alnadam. Delia Destruval, green blinkered head on the left. Next to him in yellow is Admiral's Secret. Discordantly, Soupy Sips are with those. Then Nietzsche up against the inner running rail. Then comes the white cap of Milan Native, who races in company with the Wolf. It's a blue and white jacket, maroon sleeves and cap as well. Finger on the switches with those. OK Corral is patiently ridden by Mark Walsh. Continues to be the back marker as they swing then to fences 10 and 11 down the home straight. They've all taken 10 safely. Here comes 11 with, on the right, Pim. Next to him is Vintage Clouds. They touch down together. Good leap there from Alnadam, the orange, as they swing away now with 1 circuit remaining. Happy Go Lucky, 1 for the team. Cepage and I Right are in line. Going to be 4, 5, 6 and 7. Discordantly is behind those, and then comes Admiral's Secret and Nietzsche and Milan Native and Finger on the Switch and Delia Destruval. Soupy Soups has lost ground. With him towards the rear of the field as they take this plain fence is the Wolf, and OK Corral was just the last one over that. Nietzsche made a little error at it. So away to the far side they go. Heading now to number 13, another plain fence. Still the black jacket of Pym and Nico de Boinville. Vintage Clouds, Ryan Mania on the grey. This pair together, I Right's getting closer. White jacket up on the inside as they jump this. Al Nadam was next, and then Cepage one for the team. They're coming to the water. Happy Go Lucky is next. Little gap, maybe 2 lengths. Admiral's Secret discordantly, and then Finger on the Switch and Nietzsche from Milan Native. And behind Milan Native is Soupy Soups, and then Delia Des Duval. OK Corral as they come to the third ditch. With him is the Wolf. And Vintage Clouds, lovely jump there, up and over safely. One for the team, belted it, lost many places. But 5th run in the race for this 11-year-old grey. Vintage Clouds heads up now towards another plain fence. Gets over it to Pym, who's back there on the inside of him with a challenge. Al Nadam in the orange colours. Harry Skelton around the outside of those as they come now to 4 from the finish. I Right, and then Happy Go Lucky. Cepage and Admiral's Secret, and discordantly one for the team, Nietzsche and Finger on the Switch behind those. Al Nadam goes through to take it up there. Didn't handle it too well, but he is the new leader with Harry Skelton at the top of the hill with 3 to jump. Vintage Clouds is still right with him there on the inside. A length off them is Happy Go Lucky, moving through to share 3rd position with I Right. They're then followed by Discordantly. Nose-banded runner, he's sharing 5th position with Admiral's Secret at the moment. Nietzsche and one for the team, and Cepage, and behind those is Pym, who's backpedaling now as they have 3 plain fences to go from here, and there's quite a few going okay. Vintage Clouds, the grey, to on the left with a noseband, Happy Go Lucky. In the orange colours between those is Al Nadam. I Right is next in 4th position. They are then followed by Discordantly. With this is Admiral's Secret, and then comes Nietzsche. They're clear from one for the team. The Wolf running on from the back, and Cepage. They've 2 plain fences to go from here. There's 4 of them fighting this out, and a great run here from Vintage Clouds. Continues to be in front. He's still got a very narrow advantage to Al Nadam in the orange. On the left is Happy Go Lucky. I Right is behind those as they take the second last fence, and now Happy Go Lucky near side has come through to challenge Vintage Clouds, who's still holding on. Behind those is I Right, and then Al Nadam. Vintage Clouds at the last fence, up and over safely in front. In 2nd position is Happy Go Lucky, and up the hill 5 times he's running this race. Vintage Clouds, he's got 2 places. Today he's going to win. The 11-year-old grey, Vintage Clouds, and Ryan Mania have won the Ultima handicap chase. 2nd position, Happy Go Lucky. I Right was next, then Cepage. 1 for the team behind these, then Discordantly and Al Nadam.
Vintage Clouds winds back the clock, 28-1. Ryan Mania and Sue Smith. 2nd was Happy Go Lucky, 130 favourites. 3rd, I Right, 11-2, and 4th, Cepage at 14-1. His 5th run in the race, and 5th time lucky for Trevor Hemmings' crowd favourite Vintage Clouds. The 11-year-old, very much one of the old-timers of the party, has shown his younger rivals a clean pair of heels here. Rated at 154 in his peak, he was running here of 143, so the handicap did speak in his favour. However, his best performance by some way since winning the Grand National Trial last season. He's definitely emerged from the doldrums in some style here. Ryan Mania's perfect result after having retired and come back, and his strong stayer has outlasted Happy Go Lucky, with first-time cheek pieces having had a big effect in his reinvigorated performance.
Another Irish-bred Cheltenham Festival winner. Contact Irish Thoroughbred Marketing to find yours.
Vintage Clouds winning the Ultima on the 5th attempt. Ryan Mania on his back. You must be dead chuffed.
Oh, it's unreal. It's unreal. I can't work out whether it'd be better with the crowds or not, because I've had a chance to walk in and take it all in. You know, a winner at Cheltenham's first ever winner at Cheltenham, not just the festival, and it's just unbelievable, especially for an old horse like that. To come back year after year. He really is an old warrior. He really is cool.
He's a fantastic warrior, and it was the jumping. He asked questions of those horses behind him, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Look, Mick Meager, Mr. Hemmings, his racing manager, says, look, let's put cheek pieces on him next time. You know, completely his idea, and they've just sharpened him up. You know, he's always been so genuine and so tough, but it just sharpened him up over his fences. You know, he was a lot slicker today. He's always been really good jumper, but he was a lot slicker and through the air, and he wasn't wasting a lot of time. So they've helped a hell of a lot.
When did you decide to take the race on, to take the race by the scruff of the neck? What were you thinking there?
I don't know. It's just, I suppose, it's just a feeling you get. You know, he was going so well underneath me, and you know, when you see a nice stride and he comes out your hands and you gain some ground, you sort of just got to keep kicking. And I knew, you know, I know he stays 4 miles, so I knew he would get home. Whereas last year in this race, he didn't quite see it out, and that was down to sort of needing his wind operation. And look, I can't fault him. He's jumped and he's travelling, he's steering up the hill. I mean, what more do you want?
Nothing more. Nothing more, because he's a typical festival story, isn't he? The kind of horse who comes back year on year and manages to deliver a success. But significantly, a northern trained winner. You must be really pleased for Sue Smith.
Yeah, I'm unbelievably pleased. You know, it hasn't maybe been the best year for Sue and Harvey on numbers, but you know, the horses are all in good form, and you know, we've had some nice winners, and they've got some nice horses in the yard, so it's great for them and great for the north. And you know, it couldn't happen to two nicer people in Sue and Harvey. You know, they've been real stalwarts of the sport, and you know, I shouldn't say they're getting old, but you know, this is, you know, getting towards getting towards the end of the training, and I mean, it's just unbelievable that they can send a horse here in this festival and still compete with the best. You know?
And how significant are they for you? Of course, Sue provided you with your Grand National win at Always Encore in 2013.
I think because of the National, we always have that shared relationship, that shared bond, and you know, they didn't have to start giving me rides again when I came out of retirement, because ultimately it was them I let down when I retired, and they've been so good to me, letting me come back in and ride the horses, and hopefully this repays some of the faith in me.
Do you feel that you let people down? Didn't you just make a decision because you had to at the time?
Yeah, I couldn't see any other way out at the time, but you know, I still felt as though I let people down. You know, it was November. You know, it was just when we were starting to get busy, and Sue and Harvey then had to find someone else to ride the horses. And you know, we had the national winner, and we had a lot of history then. And for me to walk away, they must have been disappointed. And you know, as I say, I can't thank them enough for taking me on again.
And since you've come back, you've had See You at Midnight, you've had York Hill, now you've had Vintage Clouds. What does this mean for you? The fact that you were able to resurrect your career and take it to new heights, in fact.
I think it's undescribable. You know, to be able to come back and do that, feeling as fit and as good as ever, it's just, you know, it makes it in my mind makes it right that I've came back in the first place. But you can't really put it into words. I can't thank everyone enough that supported me along the way and given me these opportunities.
I think everyone else was convinced some time ago, Ryan. Many congratulations. Richly deserved. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The 305 and feature race on the card, the Unibet Champion Hurdle Challenge Trophy Grade 1. All eyes here on Honeysuckle. Sent off your 11 to 10 market leader.
They're off. They're racing then for the Unibet Champion Hurdle, and the first of those 8 flights comes up pretty quickly. Silver Streak and Not So Sleepy are the leading pair as they come to flight number 1. 3 from the left, Goshen is close up. The extreme left is Honeysuckle. Very light jacket, shows she'd be about 4th place early on. Company with Aspire Tower. It's a light jacket and dark sleeves. Green colours, James de Burley. Right over the far side. Races in company with Sharjah, who's won the Best Turned Out award. Defending champion Epatante, yellow hoops on green. Aidan Coleman in the centre, right next to Abacadabras. And the back marker, green cap, distinguishing green cap for Soldiers. They make the long run down towards number 2. And on the right, whites and maroon colours, Tom O'Brien on Silver Streak, being joined by the white and red Goshen and Jamie Moore, and they touch down together at number 2. Away they go to the far side of the course. Dark sleeves then is Aspire Tower, who's about a half length ahead of Not So Sleepy, light blue colours, who's racing in 4th position, a darker blue cap for Johnny Burke, and then Rachel Blackmore up on the outside on favourite Honeysuckle, light blue and white colours, runs in 5th. After 2 flights of hurdles, and she'd be 4 or 5 lengths off the leader. Races in company with James de Burley, 2 greens for Daryl Jacob. And then comes Sharjah, Paul Townend against the inner running rail as they make their way on towards number 3. Abacadabras is with him. Epatante is next, and Soldier is just the back marker. Be 8 to 10 lengths or so behind Goshen and Silver Streak, who are the leaders. And we have a faller there, which is Abacadabras. Number 1, Abacadabras is out of the champion hurdle. He's up, and so is his rider, Jack Kennedy, very quickly. They move then on towards flight number 4. Goshen very wide on the course, really wide, and hanging badly up towards the outside as well. He's separated by a good few yards from the others as they come towards flight number 4. Silver Streak is just ahead of him there, and Goshen really good. very hard for Jamie Moore to steer him and keep him in this race. In second position now is Aspire Tower, and then comes Not So Sleepy and James de Burley and Honeysuckle, and but with Honeysuckle is Epatante. They are followed then by Sharjah and Soldier, the back marker. Goshen is sort of coming back over towards the others, but he's still hanging out as he comes towards the flight at the top of the hill, which is 4 from the finish. And Silver Streak is just in front to Aspire Tower. The Dark Sleeves a half length behind in second. Goshen, having trouble with the left-hand turns, is a length behind him, and has now dropped in behind Honeysuckle. She's moved into third position, sharing that now with Not So Sleepy. Epatante's on the heels of those. Goshen's just ahead of her at the moment. Sharjah going well and making progress. And then comes James de Burley and Soldier as they make their way down now to 3 flights from the finish. And it's the Greys. Silver Streak continues to be in front to Aspire Tower in second place. 2 lengths behind those Honeysuckle. Races in third. Behind her is Goshen on the extreme left. And then comes Epatante making progress. Sharjah still going okay. Not So Sleepy is behind those. They've got 2 to jump from here in the Unibet Champion Hurdle, and it's Aspire Tower who's just the leader to Honeysuckle, who's alongside now. Then Silver Streak, Epatante within striking distance, and Sharjah also moving through into 5th position. Soldier heads the remainder, but now Honeysuckle moves into the home straight with a 2-length lead to Aspire Tower in second. Sharjah has moved into third. Epatante is behind those in fourth, but Honeysuckle is galloping clear as she races towards the last. A lovely leap. She cleared it safely and heads up the hill now. Honeysuckle and Rachel Blackmore clear from Sharjah. Epatante behind those. It's a beautiful straight. 11 victories for Honeysuckle. She is the winner of the Unibet Champion Hurdle. Sharjah in second. Epatante, Aspire Tower, Not So Sleepy, Silver Streak, Soldier behind those. Then Goshen and James de Burley.
What a performance from Honeysuckle, who lands the odds 11-10 favourite for Rachel Blackmore and Henry de Bromhead. Second was Sharjah 11-1, and third Epatante at 4-1. An outstanding performance here from a mare with the world at her feet, and in a time nearly 2 seconds faster than Appreciated's Supreme Novice win. She's really produced a breathtaking performance. Rachel Blackmore always had her in the perfect place, and as they rounded the home turn and she swung along on the bit, the writing was very much on the wall for her rivals. She's shown she has the speed for the fastest speed test there is, and has drawn right away from last year's 1-2 in reverse order, Sharjah and Epatante. Poor old Goshen was almost unrideable and hung all over the track on the far side, but he'd have to have been pretty special to get anywhere near the flanks of Honeysuckle, who's produced one of the most memorable performances the race has seen in recent years. She remains unbeaten and definitely unbelievable.
It's another Tattersalls National Hunt winner.
Henry de Bromhead is totally chuffed and delighted. He's just had a 10th Cheltenham Festival winner, his first Champion Hurdle winner. It is Honeysuckle. She's still unbeaten. Wow. She was deadly, wasn't she?
Absolutely amazing. They both were. Yeah, Rachel was cool as a breeze on her. Gave her an amazing ride. I'm just watching it again there now. And yeah, look, it's stuff you dream about. Yeah, absolutely. Amazing.
Did you have any concerns as you were watching it around, or were you always on good?
Constantly, yeah. You wouldn't want to be in my head watching a race. Yeah, of course. But funny, I was a bit more relaxed watching her because she just always seemed to be happy. Yeah, bar after the second last, she gave her a little nudge. And then suddenly she was cantering, and we knew she'd stay, see it out. So, yeah, I thought, look, they're both amazing. Rachel was brilliant on her, and like I say, it's stuff you dream about.
It really is. The key change for me compared to last year, obviously she was brilliant last year, and we saw how nippy she was coming up the inside to win the mare's hurdle. But it's the way in which she hurdles that has changed. What have you done to help her become that slick hurdler that you need to be in order to win a champion hurdle like that?
Not a whole lot, really, to be honest. Like, I suppose, it feels like she's been around for years, so she's still only 7, and, she was probably just maturing all the time. She hasn't run that much. What is that? It's her 12th run or 11th run, or so she hasn't had many runs. I'd say she's just getting into the groove, She came from point to pointing, and I don't know, but she has such a will. Like, she's amazing, and yeah, she's just incredible.
And she and Rachel, they seem to intuitively get on with each other so well. I mean, Honeysuckle provided her with her first Grade 1 success, now the champion hurdle. What is it, do you think, that suits them so well, or is it just Rachel on any horse?
I think it's Rachel on any horse, really, but it's extra special, those two. As I said on ITV, I mean, I actually had to bite my tongue in the ring when they were going out, so I just didn't say anything stupid that would sort of put some other thought in her mind. So, I don't know, you just have so much confidence with the pair of them, so it's amazing. Yeah.
So you kind of just leave it to her?
Certainly, yeah. I'm trying to teach myself to be quiet. She's good enough to kind of work it out herself. But certainly with those two, she definitely just rides her intuitively and her from feel, and that's just what she does. So I think my best thing is to try and stay out of it as best as I can. Yeah.
What does this success mean to you, Henry?
Sure, like I say, probably not. When you first started training to think you'd win a champion hurdle, I've watched it all my life. I mean, it's stuff you dream about, and obviously sizing Europe was a bit of a blow many years ago, and it's just stuff you dream about. Delighted for Kenny Alexander, he's been so supportive of us, and Peter Maloney. It's brilliant for everyone. Absolutely amazing.
I'm glad you mentioned sizing Europe. I was kind of edging around it, but this is redemption for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's fantastic.
And the start of what you hope will be an even better week. Maybe ending it with a Plutar, Minella, Endo in the Gold Cup. Are you feeling more confident now?
Confident isn't a word I'd use too often, but look, it's nice to get one on the board. She was obviously a big one. To win one of the championship races is incredible, and as everyone's been saying, we've had some team, we have an amazing team with us, so look, we'll see. You need so much luck and it's so up and down, but it's fantastic to win this.
I think this is a marvellous story for racing, for our industry, for Britain and Ireland, Britain piggybacking on Ireland on this, but for our industry, given the headlines we've faced in the last few weeks, I think it's really important. Did you feel some responsibility to show what horse racing actually is?
Every day we're kind of showing it, to be fair, and I suppose that's the epitome of it, and yeah, look, it's fantastic for us and brilliant for the industry, absolutely.
It is, yes. Thank you very much. Many congratulations, and best of luck for the rest of the week.
Thanks a million.
Thank you.
The 340, the fourth Grade 1 on the card, the Close Brothers Mares Hurdle, Grade 1 over 2 miles and 4 furlongs. Concertista looking to give Willie Mullins another winner in the race, 11 to 10 on favourites.
They're off, racing away for the Grade 1 Close Brothers Mares Hurdle. They head towards the first of the 10 flights, with Great White Shark, the grey, and Floressa, the leading duo, on rising, and they land 3 or 4 lengths ahead of Roxana with a blue cap, who touched down at the head of the chasing cluster, and then Indefatigable in the shades of blue, the darker cap, as they arrive at flight 2. White-faced Concertista, the shades of green, took off and landed in mid-division with Damned Company in the McManus hoops up her inner, and then Minella Melody in a pale blue jacket, the shadow to Black Tears, the striped cap, and the final pair, My Sister Sarah, the red and green, and the nose-banded White Hot Chili Filly red cap, racing at the back of a well-grouped field at a fairly leisurely gallop through the first half mile or so, and it's Floressa in the hands of Nico de Boinville with a very narrow advantage to Great White Shark. They race a couple of lengths in advance of Roxana and Indefatigable, who dispute third on straightening, and then Damned Company close to the rail, the white cap, taking flight 3. Concertista white-faced mid-division to Minella Melody on the left of the group, and then Black Tears and My Sister Sarah and White Hot Chili Filly continue to dispute last place. On the long run now between flights 3 and 4, and they've covered the thick end of 3/4 of a mile or so, and there's Grade 1 Close Brothers Mares Hurdle. Great White Shark on the left, Floressa on the right. Roxana still heading the chase just ahead of Indefatigable, and then Concertina racing wide of Damned Company, Black Tears with a striped cap, upsize Minella Melody, White Hot Chili Filly, the noseband, the shadow to My Sister Sarah. They're closing in on flight 4. Little separating the leading duo on landing. Roxana just bunny hopped her way over it in third place. Didn't cost her any momentum, however, swinging to go up the hill. And the run towards the first, the flight's over in the back straight. Great White Shark, the grey mare. The shadow to Floressa, 2 or 3 lengths away to Roxana. Indefatigable is close up in fourth. Then Concertista, the shades of green, down to Company, the Rail, and Manila Melody in the pale blue. Black Tears tucked away towards the inside, just in advance of My Sister Sarah. And there's now a 2-length break to White Hot Chili Filly, who's last of the 10-strong field. Running slightly downhill at this point on the approach to flight 5 and heading towards halfway. Great White Shark by a half length on landing to Floressa. Tempo's just lifted a little as they began to freewheel. Roxana still just third, racing on the near side of Indefatigable. Couple lengths away then Concertista from Down to Company, Manila Melody. Black Tears in a pink jacket, then My Sister Sarah and White Hot Chili Filly. On towards flight 6, Great White Shark just extends her lead now to a shade over a length from Floressa, still bang there, and more fluent than Great White Shark, who half kicked it to the ground. Roxana in third is closing in the pink and blue, a neck away to Indefatigable. Just a length and a half Concertista, racing wide of Down to Company, the white cap, and that pair circled by Manila Melody. My Sister Sarah, the red and green, Black Tears on the inside, and White Hot Chili Filly, and the whole field covered by little more than 6 or 7 lengths as they take the flight at the top of the hill. Great White Shark with Roxana now improving to sit right on her tail, wide of Floressa. Indefatigable is close up in fourth. Concertista in the shades of green is on the move now, within 3 lengths of the lead. Down to Company, white cap yet to leave the inner. From Manila Melody, Black Tears, striped cap, then My Sister Sarah, and only really White Hot Chili Filly out of touch as they run on down the hill towards the third last in the Close Brothers Mares Hurdle. It's the grey Great White Shark. Roxana in the centre, the pink and blue, Indefatigable out wide. Floressa there on the inside from Concertista, now within a couple of lengths of the lead. Then Black Tears, the striped cap, Manila Melody in the pale blue. My Sister Sarah, deepest of all, ridden to try and close. Down to Company's under pressure. And then White Hot Chili Filly. Roxana has taken over as they approach the second last. Concertista a little untidy there, clipped the top, but now being produced to challenge the white-faced mare. Coming between Roxana and Indefatigable. My Sister Sarah out white, chasing hard, and then Black Tears. 5 of them covered by 3 lengths as they swing the turn, but it's Concertista who pokes her nose ahead. Roxana on the right is battling on. Here's Black Tears with her striped cap. Indefatigable on the left, and then My Sister Sarah. The final flight, Concertista, little untidy, length and a half clear. Black Tears challenging strongly on the near side. 2 Irish mares dominating the finish. Concertista driven all out. Black Tears pestering all the way to the line, closing down. It's tight. Black Tears on the near side of Concertista. Heads up, heads down. Roxana back in third. Indefatigable in fourth. It will go to the judge at the end of the Close Brothers Mares Hurdle.
A first win here for Denise Foster as Black Tears 11-1 does the business for Jack Kennedy and Denise Foster. Second was Concertista, 11-10 on favourites, and third Roxana at 3-1. It had been billed as a match race, and rounding the home turn it did look as though it might be just that, but Black Tears has spoiled the party in good style here. Just as Concertista came up the run-in, out-muscling Roxana, so Black Tears appeared on the scene under a canny Jack Kennedy ride, and in a barnstorming finish the judge had to be called to separate them, but the daughter of Jeremy has her nose down at the right time, and second in the Coral Cup last year, she's more than built on that this time around and improved significantly under the handling of Denise Foster, who has recently taken over the reins from Gordon Elliott. A first winner for her at the Cheltenham Festival.
It's another Tattersalls National Hunt winner.
Jack Kennedy has won the Close Brothers Mares Hurdle on Black Tears. Congratulations, wearing Concertista down in the closing stages. Talk me through that race and how it panned out.
I was always happy with the way she was travelling and jumping. I thought I might have been just a fraction too far back on her, but I got a lovely run through down the hill and jumped the second last very well, and I knew I was kind of in a position to strike then. I was thinking the line was coming a little bit too soon for me as I was just starting to grind her down, but thankfully it didn't anyway.
And was there much pace on in the race?
I thought I thought we went an even gallop. We didn't go over fast, but we weren't going too slow either. If we were going a bit quicker, I would have been happy where I was. But just with the even gallop, I thought I was a little bit far back, but it worked out anyhow.
So at what point did you start to sort of feel your way forward?
I suppose I stayed where I was. I had a nice position only for thinking I was too far back the whole way, and then I suppose at the top of the hill I started to trying to find a way through, and thankfully it opened up for me, and I didn't have too much bother getting through. No.
And is she the kind of horse that likes that, almost sort of getting into pockets, getting out of pockets and coming through?
Yeah, she is. She can go to sleep a little bit, and just something like that keeps her mind on the game. So it actually probably worked out perfect. Yeah.
And she's been prepared differently this time. Was that deliberate? Do you know?
I don't know, to be honest. She was very good in punches down the last day, and I suppose that was a nice way to be coming into today. Yeah.
And was this how you expected to get off the mark on the first day? Because obviously you had Abracadabras who came down in the champion.
Yeah, I suppose I fancied them to run well, Abracadabras and Ballyadam, but they were going to have it tough to reverse the form with Honeysuckle and Appreciated. So I can't say that I was disappointed. Obviously disappointed that Abracadabras fell. Would have been nice to see what sort of a race he'd have ran, but I couldn't ask for much better than that there now.
And obviously this has been a difficult couple of weeks for the whole of your team at Cullentra. What does this success, would you say, mean to them?
It's unbelievable. We've gone through a tough time, and everyone's stuck together, and we've pulled through, and that just goes to show what a team we have at home that we're able to keep going. So it's brilliant. Yeah.
And can you give us a feeling of what it's been like to be there over these last few weeks?
I suppose when the Cheveley Park horses left, the whole team was down over that, but we've all just had to pick ourselves up and get going again. So a few more of them now would be lovely. Yeah.
This victory says the resilience of the staff, the team that worked there. So congratulations,
Yeah.
Jack.
Thanks.
Well
Thanks
done.
a million. Thank you.
Thank you.
A going change before the Boodles. The going was soft, good to soft in places, and is now good to soft, soft in places. The Boodles itself, also known as the Fred Winter, a grade 3 over 2 miles and half a furlong. Very competitive stuff, as it always is, but St Sam, your 9-2 favourite.
They're off, away first time for the Boodles Juvenile. The Fred Winter on the run to the first. Cabot Cliffs second from the right in the black jacket is prominent, with Druid's Ultra in the centre in a pale jacket and Curious Bride in the purple and white, and Burgundy Man has gone at the first, unseated. Gavin Sheehan. Burgundy Man is a first flight casualty. So on to flight 2 they go. It's Cabot Cliffs to Curious Bride. En Public in a sheepskin noseband adopts a prominent position just behind the leading pair. And then Druid's Ultra, the pale blue jacket, to a cluster of greys. Ougry in a white jacket, Hell Red in the red and green, and Riviere de Tel, the white and green chevrons going up between those two. Bustleton in the yellow and blue stripes tracks them. The white-faced Nassalam tucked away towards midfield on the inside, drawing towards flight 2. Balco Saint in orange jacket is mid-division, with Soldier on parade and Jeff Kidder as they clear out over the second, which those remaining have taken safely. Humdor and Sage Advice are among those held up with Long Claw. And Glorious is off and working back in the field to Elam Valley. Zafanian tucked away on the inside. Coulter in a blue and white jacket is last but one. And St Sam, the red sleeves and cap, is last of all, but in a well-grouped field would be no more than 10 lengths off the pace setter, and is tracking Indoors, who's the yellow and black, as they make their way across the far side and on towards the third. Cabot Cliffs then is leading the Boodles field narrowly to Curious Bride in the purple and white sitting in second. Riviere de Tel, the red cap, racing close up, and then En Public in an emerald green jacket, and Druid's Altar in the pale blue. Ougri getting a clear sight towards the outer. Zafanian made a mistake there, knocked him back into last position in the sheepskin noseband. He's now racing up sides St. Sam as Cabot Cliffs continues to shade a narrow advantage over Curious Bride, Riviere de Tel, En Public and Druid's Altar between horses, and then Ougri. Hell Red in the red and green is wide of Balco Saint in an orange jacket, and then Jeff Kidder in the black and orange as they clear the next from Bustleton. Indoors just stepped at the flight there. Zafanian was once again the last to take it. St. Sam is beginning to thread his way through the field from the rear. He's passed 3 or 4 of them now. He's just ahead of Umdor, and he's tracking Sage Advice. He's got the red sleeves and cap, white face, one off the fence next to Soldier on Parade as they come to the flight at the top of the hill halfway, and Curious Bride clipped the top of that, and Cabot Cliff still had the advantage. From Curious Bride recovering her poise. En Public against the rail is a close third, and Riviere de Tel is in 4. And then Ougri in a white jacket with Hell Red deeper out as they begin to freewheel on down the hill. Nassalam in the white silks tucked away on the inside of Druid's Altar from Balco Saint. And then Glorious Soft working back towards midfield. Sage Advice and Soldier on Parade on the striped sleeves. Coltor in a blue and white striped jacket towards the out has made headway into midfield, and he's being tracked through by St. Sam, the red sleeves and cap, as they draw towards 3 out. Cabot Cliffs landed a couple of lengths clear from Riviere de Tel, the grey in the centre, the red cap. En Public in the noseband is ridden along. Ougri in a white jacket has yet to be popped the question. The white face Nassalam is shaken up on the heels, the leaders, and then working into it, Glorious Off in the dark blue and red from Hell Red and Coltor deepest of all. It was still Cabot Cliffs in front over 2 out, led by a couple of lengths from Riviere de Tel. Ougri, Hell Red in a red and green jacket, wide out. St. Sam getting a nice seam through on the end of the red cap as they swing on in with just over a quarter of a mile to travel and want to jump Cabot Cliffs, but here on the right St. Sam is delivered a challenge. Ougri on the left, white jacket. Riviere de Tel, Sage Advice coming through between horses. 4, 5 in a line. Jeff Kidder in the black and orange joining in as well. Halfway up the running they come, and Jeff Kidder has fought his way to the front from St. Sam. Ougri, Elam Valley is running on strongly late to the piece, but it's Jeff Kidder in front and not for catching. Jeff Kidder earns his spurs and wins the Boodles. Tight for second between St. Sam and the running on Elam Valley, followed by Ougri and then Coltor, Sage Advice, Riviere de Tel, and from out of the clouds, Zafania.
A boil over in the Boodles as Jeff Kidder wins 80-1 for Sean Flanagan and Noel Mead. Second was St. Sam, the 9-2 favourite. Third, Elham Valley at 66-1. And fourth, Ougri at 11-2. As usual, a whirlwind climax to the Boodles with any number in with a chance at the last. The eye was drawn to Ougri, who travelled all over the field, but over-racing early has looked to have cost him. And instead, it's Jeff Kidder, who came from a way back to hit the line strongest. He finished last behind Zanier, who's fancy for the Triumph Hurdle on Friday last time out, but a mark of 125 is clearly on the lenient side, and a refreshing festival winner here for Noel Mead. He was quite unfancied in the market, but has lots of talent, and a second win over hurdles has come on the biggest stage of all. Named after a lawman in the Wild West, Jeff Kidder has certainly earned his spurs.
It's another Tattersalls National Hunt winner.
Another Irish-bred Cheltenham Festival winner. Contact Irish Thoroughbred Marketing to find yours.
Sean Flanagan has just scored his first festival success on Jeff Kidder for trainer Noel Mead. Many congratulations. 80-1. Was it a surprise to you?
I suppose, yes, obviously to an extent. Like, we were relatively inexperienced. We didn't really meet any of the better ones really at home. We've met the second horse, the last day in a Grade 1 at Leopardstown, but I thought it was a very falsely run race. We were first run back after a little bit of a layoff as well. It was probably just the experience we needed of that run nearly more than anything else that we could take from it, I think a little bit of better ground here today has definitely brought out the best of him, but he's a horse that is definitely on the up with us,
I was going to say, has the better ground helped him? Because he's come from the flat, hasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, he won on very heavy ground out at Fairyhouse, and it was, I'm not going to say it was a surprise, but it was a surprise the way he picked up that day. He's got to the back of second last, got hampered a little bit, and he's took off and went to the line strong and won well. But as I said, his form wasn't the strongest, you know, but the better ground and the experience, I think, of his run the last day, and he's come here in a very, very good vein of form. You know, Noel's done a fantastic job.
He certainly has. From your perspective, talk me through the race and how it developed.
We've gone a really good gallop. I've had a right step at a hurdle down the back. I'm not even sure which one it was at this stage, but had a right old step, and it's knocked me back on my hunkers a little bit. I got caught in the pocket and I had nowhere to go but sit all the way down the hill. And I was actually surprised that the leading bunch were as close to me as they were when I got levelled up into the straight, and he's picked up and gone and jumped the last really well and gone away to the line well.
And he's coming right away from them at the line as well. He's obviously on the up, isn't he?
Absolutely, yeah. Like when I got to the last, I was confident, given his run at Fairyhouse on heavier ground, how he'd picked up, that I would pick up again from there, you know. And he's obviously he has improved, and he's jumped quite well, bar the one mistake. But yeah, delighted.
I take it Noel's back at home, is he?
Yeah, Noel didn't travel this year. He just said he only have the 3 runners, 2 ran this and 1 in the stairs, so he just said he'd stay at home and concentrate on what's happening there. So
pretty good strike rate then.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
yeah.
send them over when you mean it. Fantastic. And what will it mean for the team then?
Look, it is fantastic. We say it every year, you know, but we've got a very, very strong team at home, and they work extra hard. You know, there's Connor and Emma are here as well, and Emma Connolly's at home, and she travels all the horses usually, but because there was such a small team and Andrew's racing at home, that they have to stay at home and hold the fort. You know, with everything the way it is, we're blessed to be here, you know. Yeah.
And I know you're a very solid team member and part of the team, but this must be a very significant for you, a milestone in your career.
Yeah, look, I couldn't believe it. You know, I'd be annoying my wife and that about it, like, and how hard it is to compete. And she told me coming over I was going to have a winner, and look, there you go.
Did she happen to name the horse?
No, she should have had. We could have had a few quid. It was 80-1. Like.
So she has.
Yeah.
Well, many congratulations, Sean. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Done.
Cheers. Thank you very much. Thanks for that.
The finale on day 1 of the Cheltenham Festival 2021, the Sam Vesti National Hunt Challenge Cup Novices Chase Grade 2, over 3 miles and 6 furlongs. Escaria 10 really well backed, your 11-4 favourite.
They're off for the Sam Vesti National Hunt Challenge Cup, this Grade 2 Novices Chase, and remastered with the red cap, leaves them on the approach, the first of their scheduled 23 fences. Next destination, Check Jacket, takes off and lands in second. They've all handled the opening fence safely. Matt Galoni in the hoops of black and yellow is the early back marker. So remastered leading them into the first turn to next destination, the grey mare Snow Leopardess and Nesta Park in the purple and white. Escaria 10 in the hoop jacket of the McNeil family, racing between horses. And then the second half of the field, the Mighty Don, brown and yellow, racing wide of Lithic in the blue and white, closer to the rail. Galvin, red cap, white sleeves, just ahead of the grey Lord Royal, Eden Doe on the inner, and then away to the extreme left on straightening of all the gin joints in the royal blue, and finally Matt Galoni, and they clear the second, and Galvin just snatched at it a little and scattered the birch. Fairly steady pace in this 3 3/4 mile journey, and remastered with ears pricked to rise at the third. Over next destination, over quickly in second, get very high, but got swiftly from one side to the other. And then from the rail across, Snow Leopardess, Escaria 10 and Nesta Park on the near side in the cheap pieces. Lithic in the hands of John Joniel Jr. mid-division, the blue and white just in advance of the Mighty Don, and then Galvin. And the last group of 4, Eden Doe, the grey Lord Royal of all the gin joints, and Matt Galoni, who pondered a little in the air. Shortish run between these two fences, remastered. Over the 5th, ahead of next destination, and Snow Leopardess jumping soundly on the inner. Nesta Park on the near side of Escaria 10. Cuppa Leinster Galvin, the red cap, followed by the Mighty Don. And then Lithic, Lord Royal of all the gin joints, Eden Doe, the striped sleeves on the inner, and Matt Galoni in touch at the back of the field. On the incline at the 6th, remastered. Coming away from it with an advantage of a couple of lengths over next destination as they begin to freewheel on down the hill now on the approach to the 7th. Remastered from next destination, the grey Snow Leopardess and then Escaria 10. Nesta Park in the purple and white now back in about 5th position. Galvin up the inner, the red cap. Has nodded slightly on landing there. Then the Mighty Don and Lithic, and of all the gin joints and Lord Royal. And Eden Doe as they draw towards the water. Remastered from next destination. Snow Leopardess and Escaria 10. Once again, Matt Galoni the last to land, and now on to the first of the 4 scheduled ditches. Fence 9 in the Sanvesti National Hunt Chase. Remastered, jumping well. Nesta Park had a long look at that, and Matt Galoni was a little awkward at the back of the field. Be about 10 lengths covering them. Remastered. Next Destination on his outer close-up. Snow Leopard S landing in 3rd, ahead of Escaria 10 and Galvin, who's crept a little closer, the red cap, shadowed by Nesta Park, and then the Mighty Don in the brown and yellow. Length and a half to Lithic, followed by the grey Lord Royal, and then of all the gin joints, Eden Da'u and Matt Galoni. Second of the ditches coming up. Remastered. Jumping neatly in front. From Next Destination, sitting on his tail. And then Snow Leopard S turning on down the hill on the approach to fence 12. And it's remastered from Next Destination. Snow Leopard S, Escaria 10 under Adrian Heskin, the maroon sleeves and cap, close up in 4th. Then Nesta Park and Galvin, the Mighty Don. Lithic in the blue and white, still sitting in mid-division. And a small break to Lord Royal the Grey, of all the gin joints in the royal blue. Eden Da'u close to the rail, and Matt Galoni remains at the back of the field as Remastered continues to have a slender lead over Next Destination. Snow Leopard S stalking them from Escaria 10, Nesta Park. The Mighty Don and Galvin up the rail, red cap into the turn. Slipstream by Lithic, and then of all the gin joints, Lord Royal, Eden Da'u in a striped sleeve jacket, and finally Matt Galoni. Turning to face the next pair of fences then, numbers 13 and 14. And Remastered, very much had the run of things so far. Tom Scudamore in the Brocade Racing Silks. Leading Next Destination, who's always been a close second. The Czechs, the Malcolm Denmark colours. Then Snow Leopard S, the grey mare on the inside, remaining prominent. From Escaria 10 and Galvin. Remastered, again, hopping over nimbly in front. Lithic had a little bit of a look at that one. And again, in last place, Matt Galoni, not quite as fluent as some of those around him. And they turn to meet rising ground once more and head on towards the 15th. A circuit left to go then in the Sanvesti National Hunt Challenge Cup. Remastered, made all so far. Next Destination right at his quarters. Then Snow Leopard S, Escaria 10 bustled into that, just reaching for it. Eden Da'u nodded on landing, and Lithic slowed up going into it, is now back in the last trio as they turn on down the hill. Remastered. Next Destination, Escaria 10, Snow Leopard S. Then Nesta Park, Galvin the red cap to the Mighty Don in the brown and yellow from of all the gin joints, the shadow to the grey Lord Royal, another plain fence. Then Lithic, again untidy, passed by Eden Da'u and by Matt Galoni. Heading on then to the water for the final time. Fence 17. Remastered, and Next Destination are still the leading duo. They continue to be tracked by Snow Leopard S racing on the near side of Escaria 10. The Mighty Don inches a bit closer. Yellow sleeve jacket on the outer. Another open ditch. Remastered jumping soundly. Lithic has been pulled up before the ditch. Matt Galoni looks like suffering a similar fate as well. He's been eased off. The rest are pretty well clustered up, however. Remastered with just over a mile to travel. From Next Destination, the Czech jacket in second, then Snow Leopard S, Escaria 10, maroon sleeves and cap a close 4th. Galvin has yet to leave the rail, then the Mighty Don. Couple lengths away to Lord Royal, the grey Nesta Park cheek pieces lost a bit of ground. Of all the gin joints in the royal blue, ridden with patience as they take the last of the ditches. 4 out, Nesta Park blundered badly there. Almost came to a juddering halt and has been passed by Eden Da'u. So about to freewheel on down the hill then towards the third last in the Sanvesti National Hunt Chase. Remastered against the rail, narrowly still. From Next Destination, Snow Leopard S, Escaria 10. The Mighty Don in the brown and yellow is close up in 5th. Galvin has yet to be asked the question, being smuggled into it by Jack Kennedy, the white sleeves. Then of all the gin joints, Eden Da'u up the inner striped sleeves is a bit closer from Lord Royal, and Nesta Park is toiling, and here's 3 out. Remastered from Next Destination, Escaria 10, the maroon cap. The Mighty Don wide. Here's Galvin, one off the fence. Snow Leopard S is still in there, pitching in behind as they swing for home. The final 2 fences and 3 furlongs left to travel, and Next Destination, Czech jacket draws alongside Remastered. Escaria 10 out wide within a half length, followed through by Galvin, and then Snow Leopard S. They look to have shaken off the Mighty Don. They turn to face the second last. Next Destination, Escaria 10 joins him on the near side. Galvin finds a seam through up the inner. Remastered Remastered has run his race. Here's the last, Escaria 10, joined by Galvin. Next destination between them, 3 of them setting off up the running. Galvin has got to the front. Next destination, though, is rallying. It's Galvin by a length. Next destination is still snapping away, but Galvin will fend them off and win the Samvesti National Hunt Challenge Cup. Next destination, second, Escaria 10 in third, and Snow Leopardess in fourth, ahead of Remastered and the Mighty Dom.
Galvin wins well, 7-2 for Jack Kennedy and Ian Ferguson. Second was Next Destination, 3-1, and third, Escaria 10, 11-4 favourites. It's a fantastic 5 in a row for Galvin, whose pièce de résistance has come in the National Hunt Chase under an excellent waiting ride from Jack Kennedy, who snuck up the inner, having scraped the paint the whole way round, and has made it 2 winners on the day. Trainer Ian Ferguson has fielded his first Cheltenham Festival after taking over from Gordon Elliott, and this trainer actually trained Simon Sig to win his bumper earlier in his career, so he knows what it's like to train success in these colours. The top 3 in the market were together jumping the last, but the extra speed of Galvin has been too much for Next Destination, who stayed on gamely but cried enough late on. A comprehensive winner, and he could well be a national horse in time.
It's another Tattersalls National Hunt winner.
Another Irish-bred Cheltenham Festival winner. Contact Irish Thoroughbred Marketing to find yours.
And top of the leaderboard after day 1 is Jack Kennedy after the double on the day, brought up by Galvin just there in the National Hunt Chase. And an unusual race, of course, because you're riding in it. Also, it looked unusually run. Was it that not much pace on?
Yeah, there wasn't, and I was kind of focused on getting my lad settled, and he made a couple of mistakes as a result of it. I had him settled, but I hadn't much contact with his mouth, and he just made 2 mistakes then. But I started to grab the hold of him without lighting him up, and he jumped much better then. So it was great, and he's not a slow horse either. So I think the fact that we didn't go that fast probably played into his hands as well.
And when were you able to sort of work forward? Talk me through the closing stages of it.
I was happy enough to sit where I was down the hill, and I got a good jump at the third last, and I kind of moved through to behind the leaders then, and I got a lovely run then turning in for the second last, a lovely run down the inner there, and when I asked him to go, he picked up very well.
He was really, really good. He's the archetypal horse for this. He's a second season novice. He's got all of that experience, hasn't he?
Yeah, exactly. He had the world of experience coming into the day, so it wasn't going to be a problem to him. I was actually surprised he made the couple of mistakes, but it was probably a jockey error, I'd say, that he done them. But look, it's great. I'm delighted.
And I know it's going to say Ian Ferguson next to the winning trainer, but I'm sure the team at home can take a lot of pride in this preparation.
Yeah, exactly. They can. They've done all the hard work. So look, it's brilliant for Ian Ferguson as well.
Because he's closely involved with the horse as well from an early stage.
He pre-trains him and things. So it's brilliant for him as well. Yeah, and delighted for Ronnie Bartlett as well. It's lovely to ride a winner for him.
Yeah, very, very nice. And hopefully, no offence, Jack, but hopefully this is the last time that you'll be riding in the National Chase.
Yeah. Look, I suppose it's a shame that the amateurs can't ride, but I'd be a Cheltenham Festival winner less only for it, so I'll take it anyway. Yeah.
Well, you'll be the answers to quiz questions in years to come, I would imagine, as a result of this. Many congratulations on being at the top of the leaderboard at the end of the first day. Best of luck for the rest of the week.
Thanks very much.
Thanks, Jack.
Winners at the Cheltenham Festival on Tuesday, headed by Appreciated and Shishkin, both equally impressive in their respective novice races. Honeysuckle absolutely blew her rivals away in the champion hurdle, and Black Tears caused a bit of a surprise in the Grade 1 Mares Hurdle at 340. Jeff Kidder scores a massive shock at 80-1 in the Boodles, and Galvin was a very nice winner, but perhaps the highlight of the day was seeing Vintage Clouds, that old grey, back to his very best in first-time cheek pieces. Standings in the Pressbury Cup after day 1. Ireland have had a cracking afternoon with 5 winners ahead of Great Britain with 2. The Cheltenham Festival leading jockeys after day 1, while Jack Kennedy had a cracking day, riding both Black Tears and Galvin to success, and also getting a second place. So he leads the standings ahead of Paul Townend, Rachel Blackmore, Nicola Boinville, Ryan Mania and Sean Flanagan, all on 1 win apiece. Leading trainers after day one. Well, unsurprisingly, Willie Mullins is top of the tree. 3 second places added to a winner has put him ahead of Henry de Bromhead, Nicky Henderson, Denise Foster, Sue Smith, Noel Mead and Ian Ferguson. But all trainers on 1 win apiece, so it's very much all to play for.